down to seat number 9 on the bench.
Well, Washington ground to a halt when they went to their bench. Christian Laettner is back in. Tyronn Lue was back in. The only guy they're really missing now is Brendan Haywood. We'll see if Brian Russell can do anything for Doug Collins.
Now it's a 7-0 run for the Mavericks to cut the lead to single digits down to 9. Here's Lue, got the roll from the free throw line.
Tyronn Lue. That's a tough shot, not really the strength of his game.
He's the first Wizard other than Stackhouse to score since there were 4 minutes left in the first quarter.
Steal.
And he steals it and waits for some help.
My goodness.
Jack it up, Michael.
Stackhouse trying to follow. And he tried too hard.
Climbing the ladder right over the back. But that's just laziness right there. That's not being focused. Having a ball stolen on the inbound. But they're not even really pressing him. Tyronn Lue just kind of hanging around and seeing, let's see what I can find. Boop. Right off Nowitzki. No one. Now that right there is just no focus.
Give LaRue a little bit of credit, though. He snuck in behind Nash. He was blocked out, the little tiny guy. Nash is calling for the ball in the low post there.
Nowitzki trying to get his offense in gear and drops a 3.
This is a nightmare matchup if Jordan is going to try to guard Dirk Nowitzki.
It's down to 8. The lead that once was 18.
Well, you knew sooner or later they're going to have a spurt. They're going to have one of those spurts where they just start hitting threes and getting on the break. And as an opponent, can you match that?
Stackhouse, and he stays hot. 3 for Stackhouse.
He just looks so much better than he's looked all week after coming back from that groin injury.
18 for Stackhouse, and we've still got 7 minutes till halftime.
Yeah.
Nahara with some more garbage underneath.
3 offensive rebounds, 3 buckets.
Well, they're getting killed on the board. Brendan Haywood, who started the game so strong, is getting no looks here. And you got Jordan having to guard Nowitzki. I don't think that's going to work.
38-29. Stackhouse, a double, triple teaming. 2 seconds on the shot clock. He got it away. Jordan pulls it down the weak side.
What a rebounder. At the top of his game, Jordan was the league's best rebounder, despite Dennis Rodman's numbers all those years.
No, he wasn't. Barkley was the best rebounder. When you needed a rebound, Barkley would get it for you more so than anybody in the league.
When you need a basket, Michael Jordan can probably get you one as good as anybody. He's got 10.
Ever.
Nash goes by everybody again. Nobody came over to pick him up. Jordan says to Lue, I thought he was yours. And Nash's first basket.
The Wizards feel sorry for him there? He was opening up the whole lane for him.
I hear nonstop, ever, ever, ever. All you can say is among the best ever. On record today again.
Thank goodness you're on record. Walt Williams knocks down a 3.
Well, as many times as I hear it, I can't just say it every single time, so I'm done for the day.
Okay, thank you.
Tomorrow's another day.
We approach 5 minutes, 8-point lead. Jordan spins on the baseline and draws a double team in a hurry.
They're coming to a dead stop every time, the Wizards.
Dixon, spot up 3, and Nash will pull off the miss.
Slowly becoming a Maverick-paced game where the game's starting to get up and down, both teams finding offensive rhythm, and if that's the case, Dallas is going to end up having more rhythm.
Van Exel in the paint.
It's falling apart for Washington.
And Doug Collins up. We'll wait and
he's
call
going
a
to talk
timeout.
this one over right now.
Says to Lue, get it up here in a hurry. There's the timeout with 4:41 remaining in the half.
I don't think going small has worked well for Doug Collins at all. Van Exel, though, has turned things for Washington. The ability to post up the big guys. Doug Collins sees it disappearing immediately, forced to call a timeout. Oh, to be a coach.
Tech in North Carolina in the ACC. Those of you on the West Coast will see #1 Arizona take on Stanford in a Pac-10 battle. Check the local listings for the game in your area. That's Saturday, 1 Eastern, 4 Pacific, right here on ABC. Arizona with one Luke Walton's double-double, 23 and 10 for the kid yesterday. Huh?
Huge victory at Arizona State. Channing Frye playing the best basketball of his life. Back-to-back career games. That guy is really delivering. And then Rick Anderson and little Jason Gardner just making it all happen. The Wildcats coming together.
Here the Wizards try to keep it together. They had a big lead, and it's dissipating in a hurry. Juan Dixon just inside the three-point line.
Well, I'll tell you what, when he goes left, he's tough. He gets that one bounce left.
But finally, the first points off the bench for the Washington Wizards. They've been outscored 23-2 on the night.
Williams and Van Exel have been a big part of that. Finley had the first 6 points of the game for Dallas, and he wheels on Leitner. In the lane, got it.
What great recognition by Michael Finley. Instead of trying to back down the bigger player, you get out, spin around, give yourself some space, and then you go by the bigger player.
Lead down to 6. At one point it was 24-6, Washington. Here's Stackhouse. Lou's going to take the long one.
Bad shot.
Not his game. There's no attack of the middle free throw line to draw that zone defense, and you just see Dallas coming alive here.
They've hit their last 5, fellas. After having those long droughts without hitting, and Nowitzki.
What are Dirk's numbers today?
He's got 5 points in this quarter, but you look at Don Nelson, Del Harris on the Maverick bench. Let's check in with David.
Guys, the Washington huddle was all about defense. Doug Collins said when they have to get some stops before the half, and when the shot goes up, people have got to get back, at least 2 guys back. That's what they've been trying to do. That's it right there.
Jordan turned it over, got it back, turned it over again.
And a sheepish grin on Michael's face.
Van Exel almost walked with it and knocked out of bounds. They're going to say off Leitner. It'll be Dallas ball.
Doug continues to go small. Now countering with the Brian Russell.
And while he's preaching all that defense, they better find some offense pretty soon, because with 3 minutes left in the half, their lead's been cut down to 6.
Well, Michael was involved in everything there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Pass, stole it, turned it over. He had it all going on.
Nowitzki almost turned it over again. Nash.
Look at that body.
Going 5 different directions at once.
This guy is a machine.
2:50 remaining in the half. Washington trying to hang on to a 6-point lead. This is covering golf, which will follow us here on ABC Sports.
Mike Tirico passed on a Michael Jordan basketball game to go watch people play golf.
You have to make some tough decisions in life, and Mike obviously had one to make there. Maybe he had nothing to do with it. I have no idea. At least we're getting to see it, fellas. Steve Nash at the free throw line, where he's 91% on the year. Michelle?
I spoke with Don Nelson earlier about Steve Nash, asking him what makes him special. He said Nash plays the position at a very fast pace. His quickness separates him from other point guards in this league, and he can score at that fast pace. At the same time, he said, guys, sometimes his speed can be his demise.
I'll tell you what makes him special is some of the girls he hangs around. Forget about 90% of the free throw line.
I think it's his imagination, which to me is what defines quickness.
He got a haircut. You guys notice that?
We mentioned that in the pregame.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear all of that. George has 12.
First things first.
That's true.
Now, that was today, wasn't it?
I think it was. I'm not sure what you all did for Sports Center before that. We're down to 2:20 in the half. Whoop. There's some of that speed getting tripped by Lou inadvertently. Michael Jordan has 12 points in this first half, including this one.
Eduardo Nahara just not going to have much of a chance, although that was pretty good defense. That was just a good shot. And then a tough draw right there. That's, if you're Teron Lue, you're thinking, boy, this guy's all over the place. He just fell down.
But the classic players with their most memorable moments are when they're in the air, like Jordan was that time, and the defense is down, rooted to the ground.
Next Sunday, join ABC Sports for the season premiere of the IRL IndyCar Series. 2-time series champ Sam Hornish Jr. and the world's best Indy drivers hit the track at the Toyota Indy 300 next Sunday, 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific, right here on ABC.
You talked about the great free throw shooting of Steve Nash. He's only 80% in the month of February. 20 for 25 coming into today.
He's had those streaks of 47 straight and 49 straight. That helps keep him up there above 90.
The ever-present concern about Nash, will he wear down? Will he break down?
Nowitzki's the guy that's broken down today so